Hello, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to be here to talk about a new project within CIOOS Pacific. I'm Brad Young, the Executive Director of CIOOS Pacific, and I'm going to talk to you about an information service that we are developing. So here's the outline. I'm going to tell you a little bit about CIOOS, the background, what we have been doing broadly, and then why we need an information service, what we think the value of this is, and what is it going to look like? What are we actually doing here? So first, what is CIOOS? Well, it's a national collaboration to share high quality data and information about the oceans. So it's about providing a knowledge exchange between those who contribute data and those who want to use it. So we're a platform where you can access and visualize data. And more broadly, we're a program to really integrate the somewhat fragmented ocean data system that we have. So, as I say, we're a national, three different regional associations: one on the West Coast, the Pacific; one in the Gulf, the St. Lawrence region; and one in Atlantic Canada. So, I'm speaking today about work being done in the Pacific region. We have some broad objectives. The key one is to provide access to data from a single space, a single integrated platform. So it's not all distributed and scattered over the internet landscape. So we want to provide the tools and the products to provide easy access to that data and to make it convertible to information, distinguishing between data for scientists and information for kind of the wider social community. So we want to contribute and support evidence-based decision making and really increase opportunities for collaboration around ocean observations and their use. What have we done so far? Well, we have built a data catalog. I'm just showing a snapshot from the West Coast Access page. We've made the data reasonably easily accessible through a data explorer, and we're continuing to work to support the research and the modeling community who need access and want to use these data. So as we speak in this cycle of CIOOS, we are continuing to add to that foundation of data and data availability. But here I want to talk about CIOOS as an information service. And the goal here is to provide not just data to expert users, but information to non-expert users, boaters, fishers, coastal communities, to really support their decision making around the ocean, whether that's simply sailing out on a boat or a policymaker in Ottawa who has to wonder about setting fish quotas or understand what climate impacts are on the ocean. So we want to use a graphical user interface, and the upper left image there shows kind of the global scale access and shows some of the existing data as points within from CIOOS and shows how they might look. The geographic region that we're focused on is the Salish Sea, so that's the inland waters of Vancouver Island, so Juan de Fuca and the Strait of Georgia, and we'll include Puget Sound. So the idea is to offer layers of data, both historical data and station data and model data. We will include both data from the ocean, but also weather information from the atmosphere. Our first step in this is to develop a coastal information service that will offer different layers of kind of key information about what's happening in the coastal ocean. So the design model that we're working from is something like Windy, and this just shows on the left a screen grab from a phone interface access to Windy, showing weather data from the west coast of the country. So it's layers of information. You just use your fingers to navigate around, and it's graphically driven, so you don't have a lot of explanation, a lot of kind of technical detail. We're going to build from existing capabilities, so the Data Explorer has been developed to provide access to our data archive. And at Memorial, there was an application for supporting glider services called Ocean Mappy. And we'll use and combine the graphical capabilities of Ocean Mappy with the data access capabilities of Data Explorer. We're working on a timeline here of having an alpha version, a kind of a crude capability to test what our intentions really look like by January, a beta version that could then go out to people, potential users to say, oh, is this really working for you? And finally, and get some feedback and make changes based on both the alpha and the beta version, and then a rollout by the summer of next year. We have some kind of basic questions that we have to figure out as we develop this. We have a reasonable idea, but we need to think further about how it will be used, who will use it, and how are we going to find out that we've been successful and gauge the degree to which we meet users' real needs and expectations. We have some good ideas about what data need to be included, including the high-resolution model data for this region. That's a model that was developed as part of MEOPAR, the NEMO model run by Susan Allen and her group at UBC, currents, sea level temperature, some kind of key characteristics, weather data, coastal station and buoy data, and as this screen grab at the left shows, we think camera data would be really useful as providing an easy visualization of the state of the ocean. So we have broadly some design and development challenges. We have big organizational questions in terms of the layout and such. We know as through this beta testing, we will be reaching out to potential users to engage with them and to build partnerships. And so that testing phase will be an important kind of step in figuring out how to best determine success of this activity. So keep in touch. We will be working on this and sharing progress as we move forward. And if you are interested, would be happy to talk with you about it. So thank you for your time today. Cheers.